guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news episode where we will talk about Enzo Fernandez because Liverpool can still sign him. The Argentinian midfielder was on the verge of agreeing a deal with Chelsea, but now Fabrizio Romano is reporting that the deal between Benfica and Chelsea have collapsed because the Benfica sporting director Rui Costa, the former Portuguese international, has said either Chelsea pay the 120 million euro release clause in full or the transfer is not happening. Chelsea verbally discussed with Benfica this, but then the official bid from them was just 85 million euros plus of course a lot of bonuses and add-ons. And Benfica are not in a financially difficult situation. They just sold Darwin Núñez to Liverpool for a lot of money. They are in the Champions League round of 16. They sold players for a lot of money in the last few years. So they are very healthy financially and they are putting their sporting project ahead of financial gain, which I respect a lot. And I think Liverpool can sign Enzo Fernandez in the summer because maybe in the summer Enzo Fernandez release clause will not have to be paid in full. Maybe then Benfica will be a little bit more willing to negotiate, because in the middle of the season you never want to lose one of your best players when you are going for the Portuguese League title, the Portuguese Cup. You are trying to get to the Champions League quarterfinals, and Benfica in the summer, if they sell Enzo Fernandez for a lot of money, they will have a lot of time to plan and to find a replacement in time. But in the January transfer window, it's understandable why Benfica doesn't want to let one of their best players go. So I think this is great news for Liverpool, because Liverpool could be signing Enzo Fernandez in the summer, but I think we are putting money aside, 130 million pounds maybe, to sign Jude Bellingham in the summer, and I think we are focusing on that. But we have to plan for a scenario if Jude Bellingham doesn't come to Liverpool, then we have to have Enzo Fernandez, Matheus Núñez and other players on the transfer shortlist. So let me know, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think Liverpool should wait for the summer and to see whether Enzo Fernandez is still available or not? Sam Wallace also said in the Telegraph that despite possessing less financial power in the market compared to Man City or Real Madrid, Liverpool still have a great chance of getting Jude Bellingham, because Bellingham's career decisions so far have never prioritized money, and that could be a seismic difference maker in Liverpool's quest to get the genuinely generational talent of Jude Bellingham. It's still early days in the January transfer window for Liverpool, and it's one agreement we expect Liverpool to make is that signing a midfielder who could help Liverpool right here, right now, because there are a lot of things going wrong at Liverpool. But I checked our transfer history, and apart from young players like Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho and the loan move for Arthur, we didn't sign a midfielder apart from Thiago since 2018, since the summer of 2018. That's 4 years. Now going on 4.5 years. Thiago is our only senior midfielder that Liverpool brought in. And yes, Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, Arthur, they are all midfielders. It's true. 2 of them are very young, and Arthur is a loan deal, and he hardly ever plays because he's injured. So those are not really major reinforcements. And we lost Wijnaldum in the summer of 2021, so 1.5 years ago. We still haven't replaced him. Thiago could be said it's a Wijnaldum replacement, but they are vastly different players. And also it raises the question of if Enzo Fernandez is available in the summer, what do Liverpool do? Do we still go for Jude Bellingham or do we go for Enzo Fernandez? I would still prioritize Jude Bellingham. I think he's made to play for Liverpool. He's an absolutely perfect signing. But judging by Liverpool's approach in this January transfer window and Jurgen Klopp's admission that there is only a little bit of money left over after signing Cody Gakpo, it's possible that the remainder of Liverpool's transfer budget has been put aside ahead of our move for Jude Bellingham down the line. We have to be honest, Liverpool probably won't spend 250 million pounds on the midfielders that is needed, which I think is an absolute disgrace, because the owners, FSG, have just spent $330 million on an 11-year deal for one of their baseball transfers, which I find absolutely staggering. I mean, if FSG have the money to spend that amount on a huge contract in the Major League Baseball League for their franchise Boston Red Sox, and they just signed a player on an 11-year contract, which is like outrageous, but it's not very unusual, totally unusual in the Major League baseball scene. But if they have that amount of money to spend, why aren't they willing to spend money when it comes to Liverpool? And it's the club's money. Liverpool are set to announce record profits, £600 million revenue and 65 or maybe even more than £65 million profits for the 21-22 season. So Liverpool made record profit, and these big football clubs hardly ever make a profit. Look at the other big clubs of the world. They hardly ever make a profit. So Liverpool are making big amounts of money, big profit. Where is that money? Why isn't Liverpool spending it on a midfielder? These are all questions that we need answers to, and let me know if you are as frustrated about this as I am in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion on this. And we also have to say that theoretically it may be possible to negotiate a cheaper asking price for Enzo Fernandez in the next summer transfer window, and maybe Benfica will be more open to that, which could have fans dreaming of a dream transfer window where we sign two of the most expensive and most exciting midfielders in world football, Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez. That would be just an absolutely mind-blowing piece of business for Liverpool, and I think it's much needed because we are losing Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner in the summer. So if we only sign Jude Bellingham, we will be very, very short in the midfield area. You can't expect Jude Bellingham to just fix all of Liverpool's problems. And we also need a midfielder who can alternate with Fabinho. That's why I would sign Sofian Amrabat in this January transfer window. He doesn't cost a lot of money. He costs maybe 35 million pounds, and instantly he improves Liverpool's midfield options, and he would give Fabinho much needed rest. Chelsea offered Benfica £87 million plus 3 other players for Enzo Fernandez. Hakim Ziyech and youngsters Fofana and Santos were the 3 players that Chelsea offered, but Benfica said no way. Either you pay us the 120 million release clause, which is around £103 million straight away, or you are not getting Enzo Fernandez. And respect to Benfica for doing this. I wouldn't pay Benfica's release clause of Enzo Fernandez, if I'm perfectly honest. He's a great player, but he's not worth £100 million. Bellingham, on the other hand, is definitely worth 120 million pounds. But Enzo Fernandez, he had a brilliant World Cup, don't get me wrong, but half a season in Benfica and a great World Cup doesn't justify his £100 million release clause. So I would say, if I was Liverpool, no thanks. We will just go for Bellingham, and of course we will have our alternative targets if Bellingham decides to choose another club, but I still have a very strong feeling that Bellingham will choose Liverpool. And other news outlets are already reporting that if Virgil van Dijk's injury is very serious and he will be out for a month and a half, 2 months, then Liverpool could decide to immediately ask Inter Milan for Milan Skriniar, investing around 40 million euros to sign him in the winter market. That's at least what Interlive news outlet is reporting, and they are saying that Inter may be compelled to sit down with Liverpool to listen to their offer for Skriniar. This is because of Skriniar's contract situation. Skriniar's contract runs down at the end of the season, and Inter's chief executive Marotta has already confirmed they offered Skriniar the best deal that Inter can offer, and Skriniar still haven't signed it. He still hasn't accepted it. So without an extension, the January transfer window will be Inter's last chance to cash in on Skriniar and to sell him for a little bit bit of profit. And Skriniar is a pretty brilliant, very strong, very tall, very muscular centre-back, similar to Van Dijk. Maybe not as good as Van Dijk, obviously, but he's still a great player. And I think he would improve Liverpool's defense. And us relying on Konate and Matip to stay fit for 1.5 months and play every game is a recipe for disaster. Because if Joe Gomez plays, Joe Gomez never showed this season that he's good enough to play in a run of games against really quality opposition. And yeah, he has been very inconsistent and very off form. So I wouldn't trust Liverpool's defense when Joe Gomez plays. Let's hope that we can win against Wolves. By the way, the Wolves manager just complained, why does Liverpool get 2 days off, 2 days more off than Wolves? And to be fair, he has a point. Because Wolves played I think yesterday. They drew 1-1 against Aston Villa, and Lopetegui, the Wolves manager, said, I don't understand how we play in one competition and we have 2 days less rest than our opponent Liverpool. Maybe one day that can happen, but 2 days is a lot. It's a big difference. We have to play in 3 days against the Liverpool team who have 2 days more recovery, so 5 days recovery. I'm sorry, but I don't understand this. I don't know why. Well, Lopetegui, welcome to English football, where the scheduling is dictated by TV companies, it's dictated by money, it's dictated by the FA, the Premier League, and the fans and the players' welfare. They don't care about that, they don't give a damn. So Lopetegui, you either get used to it or not, but that's the way the cookie crumbles in English football. Jurgen Klopp has spoken about this many times, Jurgen Klopp has complained about this many times, and nothing changes. So Lopetegui, you can complain, but nothing will change. You will still get these crazy schedules. I remember one Christmas New Year period where Liverpool had less than 48 hours between 2 Premier League games, which was an absolute disgrace. And I remember we had to field a second string side against, I think it was Sunderland, that we played for less than 48 hours after one of our other Premier League games. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. And also, Fabrizio recently commented on a recent report that said that Liverpool turned down the chance to sign Nkunku last summer, and he said, what a load of rubbish. Of course, not this exact words, but he said, I'm told it was impossible to sign Nkunku last summer for any club because Leipzig just extended his contract with a clause to sell Nkunku in 2023, but not last summer. Liverpool always wanted Darwin Núñez. It was their priority transfer target, and it was decided internally. And of course, Pep Linders was involved in the decision, but it's the same for Jurgen Klopp. Liverpool work all together on signings, and I don't understand exactly where this hate for Pep Linders is coming from. We don't know what happens behind the scenes. We don't know who picks out which transfer targets, and I think it's a collective decision. Maybe Pep Linders comes up with a name, but then everybody, all the analysts and all the transfer committee and everybody who is working with Liverpool, who are responsible for deciding whether transfer happens or not, they make a collective decision. But it's a little bit suspect that so many analysts and club doctors and transfer negotiators have quit Liverpool after Pep Linders got a more prominent role in the transfer dealings on Liverpool. So there is of course no smoke without fire, as they say. So we shall wait and see how this all plays out, but I really hope that there are no rifts behind the scenes, because Liverpool require stability and we need consistency behind the scenes as well. And let's hope that Liverpool will have the money to sign a midfielder in the January transfer window, otherwise it will be mission impossible to get top 4 in my opinion. Arthur also has managed just 13 minutes since being signed on loan by Liverpool. He's miles short of fitness and form, and the Goal website is reporting that Liverpool won't sign Arthur on a permanent deal. It was always a gamble signing Arthur on loan, but nobody expected that he would get injured almost straight away and he would miss the first part of the season without actually playing almost no football. So that's absolutely ridiculous, and it just shows the bad luck that Liverpool have with signing injury-prone players. But you need to sign a player like Wijnaldum, who has a almost perfect injury record, But also it's quite ironic that Wijnaldum went to PSG, he hardly ever played, then he signs for Roma and straight away gets a 6-month injury. So maybe Wijnaldum was also ran into the ground by Liverpool. That's up for debate. Let me know what they think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Good day.